Greetings, everyone. It is I and them.
We discussed this. My pronouns are your mom.
I disregard your pronouns and substitute my own.
Ark's the big Ed, guys.
Truly, I am one of history's greatest monsters. Today. Any case, greetings in chat to Snoopy100. I'm glad you're the one person who actually likes this. It's much appreciated. As for eugenesis and natural selection, yeah, Darwin Awards. Look, I think everyone should be encouraged not to pull off a Darwin, but they shouldn't be stopped from it where they're really bent on it. Again, this is why, as tragic as the crunchy sub incident was, my pity only really goes to the son who got bullied into it. And really, if there was a time to stand up to Dad, that was it. No, Dad, I don't want to go down the Titanic in an untested death capsule piloted with a Wildcat controller. Built by poorly paid students because you didn't want the project fettered. No. We need to move on to something more positive. I remember someone saying that there was some difficulty they had in getting AIs in Stable Diffusion to properly generate raptor-headed people. I'm thinking that is what I'm going to focus on. Now, however, as always, requests are open for Stable Diffusion anyway, as far as it's allowed. I could also try to get more images based upon my sculptures, but for some reason I just really don't want to, so I'm not going to. We're using Epic Realism Pure Evolution V3. This means absolutely nothing if anyone not very interested in Stable Diffusion, but it's a very nice system that I think results in some fantastic quality images with very little effort, and it generates quickly. The new hotness right now is Stable Diffusion XL. It just needs to generate images that are twice the size of what I can usually work with, and it takes 4 times as long to do so. So I don't want to, and I'm not going to accordingly. But it's nice, I guess. Personally, I haven't seen what the difference really is. Let's start by generating some images of a man with a raptor head.
I'm making boxes.
A photograph and in a suit with the head of a velociraptor. Want to get even fancier, I'd go with Deinonychus. My first love among dinosaurs. Well, no, actually that's not true. My first favorite dinosaur was surely the ankylosaur. Or stegosaur. I was a big fan of the armored varieties. That the ankylosaur has a warhammer for a tail is... Oh, come on. How did they have any trouble... Look at this. Look at this beautiful bastard who's just been generated. It's not even done yet, and it's great. Also, greetings to whoever they are that just joined. Go on, lurk silently. It should have generated 4. Why did it only generate 1? Well, in any case, look at that. That is great.
I'm making boxes.
Shipping crates, I'm guessing.
Well, I'm making a variety of boxes. For instance, I have this one right here that I made. Which, you can see it all textured and whatnot. But I'm making boxes.
Let's try this again. Although that first result was just perfect. I mean, even the hand was alright, although his other hand appears to be disappearing into his pet. But, you know, if you don't look too closely, it's really, really good. That's the truth of most of these Stable Diffusion things. Even SDXL, there's always some small detail. They're always Shit, that is Dr. Aptor right there. It's not perfect, but it's really good to start with. Those are looking like keepers as well.
Let's see. I think the modeling is good on that note. Then I just need to go to the shading aspect. Let's do just a simple metal for the bulk of it. Oh.
Truly, Pure Evolution is an excellent model. Operating machinery right now, of course. These are quality Dr. Aptor images. I'm definitely saving these. Well, I was not expecting to go this smoothly or this well at all.
So let's see. Now that I have that, let's do some good old-fashioned, like, trimming with some darker metal.
I think I'm going to try generating some images of President Dr. Rollergator MVIP. With a head of a crocodile. And that's because crocodiles. See. And what should I put him in? I'm guessing a presidential suit. No, that's too vague.
So then I want to do a bridge edge loops. Bridge edge loops, bridge edge loops. Where is that? That would be here. That there. Then a, let's see, that would be then face like that, and then we can give that a glass.
This problem is more complicated. We'll see how it goes. It's an ETA of about, well, it says 2 minutes, but it's going actually faster than estimated, so I'm guessing about 45 seconds to a minute.
One there. Then if I do this, see, that looks pretty good. Really, I'm just making some cut and paste resources that I can use.
Okay, apparently.
For the sake of, yeah.
it's not wanting to put the head of a crocodile or alligator on this. Let's see if a crocodile will work better next time.
You're the head of crocodile. He's a mean one. So then we have that there. I wanted to get a light because I want to see. I'm in cycles, right? I am in cycles. Why is that on CPU? That needs to be on GPU. Oh, we
Yeah,
have a
for 3D
light.
generation gets you 90% there when it comes to modeling. You know, I haven't tinkered with any AI for 3D model generation. Fromun doesn't need it, of course, being adept with
Talented.
Bendersies. Whereas I could easily use AI to generate a base that is inspiring and then refine it in sculpting, which I'm not doing right now because, you know, heat and melting down and overheating things. But when the new rig is in, which is a little bit ways off yet, things could get very interesting. Although, quite frankly, I'm just mostly eager to build an AI co-host. By the way, I'm going to unwisely ask you for your take on it. If I'm going to build an AI co-host, how do you feel about a gender-swapped Benjamin Franklin anime girl?
I'm just concerned. Like, I don't want to check your browser history.
Well, the reason I went with that is because Benjamin Franklin was a very prolific writer who had tremendous wisdom and great wit. So that would feed well into creating an AI personality. The AI personality,
So was
however,
Lysander Spooner.
I'm not going to create a AI co-host with spoonerisms.
Well, Lysander Spooner was a mailman, but yeah, the heroes of America.
That person already exists? Really? What? Any case, while I've been able to get...
like the way that looks from the inside. Don't mind me. I'm playing around with glass. Well, it's just lovely.
Maybe it's the standing at a podium giving a lecture part that's confusing AI. It's forgetting the crocodile head entirely in favor of that. We'll try it again. Greetings, by the way, Plague Trucker Zach. No, see, not trans Ben Franklin. We're talking about an AI, so it has no inherent sex. I'm not going to make it Ben Franklin. I'm just thinking that his works, his writings, could be an excellent base for a personality. That would probably be a good influence and quite witty.
Don't I have... Let's head over to my asset browser, because I remember very fondly that I had... where is it? Where's it? Hexagons.
Yeah, quite frankly, I would just try to digitally resurrect Benjamin Franklin on his own, but we can't clone his voice anyway, and strictly speaking, if I'm creating a co-host, it probably needs to have boobs. Not real boobs.
Yeah.
Some people out there will throw money at anything that has boobs. Even if it's actually a thing and not natural. And, you know, I have to tap that thirst market. If I really want to grow as a creator, I have to, you know, get out of my comfort zone, present some boundaries of good taste. Wow, it really does not want to put crocodile alligator heads. Let's go back to dinosaur heads. Because we're ruled by reptilians anyway, why not?
Why did that get rid of the glass? Bring that back.
No! No!
There. Then
I typoed!
There.
This is... Now it's going to be crappy.
Then we want to do a light map pack for the sake of UV whatnots. And then I want to do a why is that like that?
You know, despite the typo, 2 of these are coming out really nicely. Apparently, it's not so hard to put a dinosaur head on a politician. Okay, that looks like DeSantis debating an allosaur. That's great. I'm tempted to ask for a female version of Benjamin Franklin, but I'm terrified of the potential results. Those are some fun dinos right there. Okay. The human face is really screwed up, but I know how to fix that. This is nice. These are fun. A photo, oh script. A photo of a female version of Benjamin Franklin. Please note, I have the utmost respect for Benjamin Franklin, whose writings have been quite inspiring on multiple occasions. This is not meant to imply any sort of disrespect on Benjamin Franklin.
Ark has no respect for our founding fathers.
That is a filthy slander. Calumny! I'm going to sue because you didn't say it was my opinion and it was false and... Oh no. Well, one of these isn't that bad. Clearly, it had a lot of images of Benjamin Franklin to draw on. You know, that could be it, Snoopy 100. I suppose Dr. Rollergator is simply out of luck. I wonder if it knows how... You know, I could probably do it with text image, because Rollergator has several avatars that are already a man with a gator for a head. I bet if I ask it to turn that into a photo, it'll work. Let me see if I can find it from my reference images.
Deselect, deselect, and then just a basic metal sign. Hexagon. What I find interesting is that's not showing up on that. Begs the question of whether or not I need to change that from being a bump map to a displacement.
Okay. These are nice and all, but I think we need to add young to this for, you know, a better idea of how it might look. And then we'll go to image, where I will take avatars of Dr. Rollergator that already have a gator head, and then see if it can make it photorealistic.
Then we want to do a color ramp for our hex, going to that there. And let's have like a in between be our subsurface. Okay. I don't like how that looks. Let's do a little bit more of a, so I have that there. I can control the color of my base color previously. Why is that doing it in that pattern? It's not right.
Oh no, all these look much better than Senator Feinstein. I mean, sure, these images look old, but nowhere near as old.
That seems right. So what's going on with this here? That's the combined.
This problem's more complex, but I think it's going along nicely. Notably, as ever, these AI images are not something I would necessarily charge for. And if I was to be tasked, commissioned to do it, then obviously there's something there. But if anyone really wants one of these, let me know, and I can provide those. I'll probably upload any that are particularly amusing to postcards from the AI Overlord.
Which one of these? So that's combined, which is the A and B. Well, where does that A come from? Okay, but the B comes from right there, so that should go to my X. There we go. That's how that should look. So that's the UV data.
These are all terrible, and we should never speak of them again.
Okay, so now that we have that, then I can head out to this. So we just have the hex data right there, which is going to be unwrap that. That looks nice. That bit though, back to the UV editing, I want to just take a look at the front right here. That looks fine then. Just
okay, let's
how
give
that
this a
lighting
spin.
there looks in particular. Don't mind us. Okay, so then we have that there with our in between based off the subsurface.
You know, we have
That's
some
the UV
progress
data.
here. Only it looks like it's turned Dr. Rogator, sadly, into Jar Jar Binks' more intelligent cousin. Still quite unfortunate, regardless. Let's reduce the denoising strength and try this again. Strictly speaking, it should take less time. But it's not taking less time. Probably because the denoising strength is too high. For quickness.
Okay, so how do I want to do this? So I have a hex code with my UV data. Using that UV data, I need to convert it so that it's just a regular hex thing. Honestly, I could probably just do a bump map now. So then with the bump map, that goes right there into the normal with our hex going right there. Then we have that. So I want to put a for math with a, what would it be? It would be a ceiling function, wouldn't it?
Greetings, Jasmine Edwards. To you too.
More.
I'm using Stable Diffusion to try to create a photograph of Dr. Rollercater, a Twitter personality, who's among the least intolerable Twitter personalities. That's because they're not taking anything seriously. I hope this will look like lots of people as a clean vegan case. I would not be surprised.
I'm making boxes.
I suspect the up-reptilian overlords probably don't have such large snouts in practice, though, just because of the difficulty of masking it.
Should be that. If I plug that directly in, I get that.
Okay, we're somewhat closer to a crocodile head here. However, it's unfortunately something like a alligator mixed with a hippo. It's not quite there, but it's improved. Snouts are too thick and too long.
Displacement with the height being based off of that. Placement going into there.
Oh. Well, what a happy little accident, Jasmine Edwards, but I understand you need to help with your sister's college-going wave party, and that is your priority. Please do not feel obligated to stay here just because you clicked the link. You don't have to stay. You can go. I forgive you your trespass. Feel free to like and subscribe, although all the cool stuff's on Rumble these days, for being quite honest. I probably shouldn't say that. I probably just attracted the eye of the algorithm.
If I do the subsurface there.
Look at me, arting up a storm. I typed in some letters, I clicked a button. I'm basically Da Vinci.
I'm doing coding and making boxes.
I'm sure that's very similar to Comfy UI, which all those toggles, a lot of serious people swear by those. They scare me.
I plug in my combine into the normal with a bump map.
Hello! Now these are some promising iterations. The snout could be a bit flatter, but these could work, provided they don't screw up in the final few
Interesting how the
samplings.
bumps work that close. It should be looking something like this.
Well, that's very kind of you, Jasmine Edwards. I'm tempted to bring up Twitter just to show you who this is referenced to, but in the meantime, I'm going to tag them in Twitter when they're done with some of the best samples of this. I think they'll appreciate it. Unless, of course, they're one of those people who really, really, really hate the Stable Diffusion artwork because it's simultaneously theft and the death of artists. And again, no, the tools have just changed.
I remember when you were that person.
I've never been that person.
You kind of were.
No, adapting for the fact that turtle automation might very well be a thing in the near future that we have to adapt to, that I've already grasped. They say that I hated it, or was averse to it, or hated every last instance of it. No. Though I do have to say, I do hate one thing. Automatic checkouts.
Yeah. I don't work for the company.
Those things... those annoy me. I'm paying. Someone can at least put together the bill for me. I don't want to be my own cashier, and I resent it. I will wait in the line as long as necessary to avoid not having to fuck with those.
So why is...
Okay. Now, the thing about this one, so many questions are raised here. Who the hell is this? What is this notice about? And why is there a big titty lizard goblin in the background? That's a keeper. That's a keeper.
So that's interesting right there. So when I look at the preview, get that. Oh, why am I getting that? Let's try.
Yeah, that's definitely a keeper right there. I'm just gonna appreciate that one while next batch generates. It's a bit deformed for a gator.
Why is that like that?
And it looks a bit more like Sobek than Dr. Roller Gator, but wow. When it comes to the finishing machine that does surgery, hey, the machines can't have personal crises, existential issues, or show up to work drunk. So I really prefer, I would insist that a trusted human at least oversee whatever the machine's doing, just in case some idiot loaded with the wrong program. We go in for heart surgery and come out Holman. That would be most unfortunate.
Let's say I switch over to Eevee and that. Unwrap. So now it's just giving me it. It's black. But that's how that looks in Eevee. That's how it looks in Cycles, which is interesting.
You like the hues.
So then if I go to normal, that. Okay, and then you just want to turn that metallic up, or roughness down a little bit, and then let's have that in between, have like a that's not right. Oh, I know I have this set up somewhere else, so I wanted this to be for that, and you know I want this over here.
These are not especially well panned out, although I do love this politician holding up an alien lizard thing to a podium. That's amusing. Okay, I'm getting kind of bored generating Dr. Roller Gators. Is there any request in the chat?
So how did I have this set up over here? I was setting this up. How did that look? I got that general look from it. I had a separate thing for tile lines. That was just...
Here's his Klaus Roller Gator. Want to see what this generates. I still can't get over the fact that Schwab wears that particular outfit. It's straight out of Puma Man. I swear Donald Pleasant's entire career was some sort of cryptic warning.
Then if I go back to open recents to props,
I should note that while, yes, I shouldn't sanely claim much credit for artistry, it's worth noting, in my opinion, that all these pieces simply could not exist if I wasn't here putting in the prompts. Even if it's really easy, I would have never ever done this on its own. There's a human element here that has not been eliminated. And if I weren't absolute crap with anything like Blender or Photoshop, these would be the starting point for true masterpieces. And every last person who has those skills, like Fromun or McGog of Moscow or any other digital artist you know, would do well to keep that in mind. They haven't been replaced. They've just been given a new starting point.
so I like that look.
That is very nice. It looks like space hazmat.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like, and I need to turn up the metal on that as well.
Meanwhile,
But-
greetings in chat to Kefki.
And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so that the in between on the hexagon tiling is black. And I'm not remembering how to do that with what I have. So this is your hex and your in between. And so if I do
In this moment, I'd like to note that Stable Diffusion is finding Klaus Schwab's idiotic get-up too unrealistic, that it changes it to be more
So if I
plausible.
go back to this, probably the easiest thing to do would be to copy and paste the hexagon tiling over here. And then go back to open recent to props, don't save. That right there.
Kefki, as you may be arriving a bit late, just so you know, I'm basically generating images of Dr. Rollergator, PhD in VIP, so on Twitter personality. And I had no particularly great plan. I thought I would have a lot more difficulty generating images of dinosaur-headed people, but in my first 5 minutes I generated several perfectly usable images that look pretty much exactly like Dr. Aptor, and I'm going to use them. Those are all going to be saved. And I'm very open to requests in these final 20 or so minutes. Yeah, again, Schwab really looks like Dr. No, the villain from Puma Man, with some sort of warning. Oh, this is a good batch. Reducing denoising a bit to try to get the focus more on the head seems to be paying off. I do note that still, Stable Diffusion does not feel Schwab's cult outfit is plausible, and keeps tweaking it. Oh, these look like Dark Templar. The ones earlier, dude. Those are much better. These are pretty good Dr. Rollergators, though. Especially this one in the bottom left. That's looking very promising so far.
So texture, and let's do like a, or no, texture, that look.
Now, see, if I had a bit more skill, I could take that crocodile head, stick it onto the original here, and then it would be perfect. But I don't have that Photoshop skill, so I don't really trust myself to do that. I could, however, crudely cut it out, put it back in place, reduce the denoising level further, and it should just make it seamless? Sure you can. Most of these will be going into AI postcards for the Overlord, but I can probably pull them up here and now. Images, we want text
and then I
to
want a color
image
ramp.
images today. Oh, this is odd. There should be more of these. Well, in any case, incoming.
So that there. And then the in-between, we want to take... Oh, how does one do that?
Well, Kirky, if you'd like to perfect Klaus Schwab roller gator, then I might just. This one is not a perfect piece, but promising. This is just a professor being menaced by Aptor. This is quite possibly the real gem.
That there. You know what? Fine for the meantime, I think. Oh, wait. So when I did this, it was that into there. That, at the very least, has that look right there, which any deformation would be smaller than pixel. Set that to being like gold. Then we can take the actually reset that to being white. Because then we can say, hey, that bit right there, plug into the subsurface. And what if we take that right there? Because we can make that alpha naught. Plugging this into here because they're both vectors. No, okay. That there is your base color. And then I want just a RGB. And another RGB. And a mix. I want to do a color mix, color add. That's going to be a black. That's going to be this number right here. And so then we have our A color, our B color, and then our factor plugging into our base color. There we go. That's what I wanted. Is that too damn hard? Yes, 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 it was. Okay, then we can save that. I want to mark this as an asset. Putting that there. Although, one thing I need to do, and I'm probably not going to use a glass, I'm just going to have that be metal. Yeah, why not? Because I can't exactly have that be glass on this for the meantime. But now, we can do a well, let's do that done all the way around. That there. Now that we have that, let's see, that there. Those are all individual faces, aren't they? Upside of having it be low poly. So then we can do a UV unwrap, going to my UV editing, moving that just like right over here. Well, I need to go back to my shading.
I have been muted for I have no idea how long.
A while.
Son of a bitch. I just was trying to generate a photo of a man with the head of a rat, and it's not going very well. Although one of the early ones was pretty nice, with a rat on a head. That was good.
Okay, so then what if I go into Edge, select? I don't want any of those. I don't want any of those. Don't want any of those.
I'm disturbed by its propensity for basically giving men rat head hats as opposed to just replacing the head with a rat.
Mark scene.
And this is apparently a man taking a phone call using what might be a rat? Man with a rat on his desk, that's good. The AI is apparently bent on some sort of classic style here. I really don't like that. We're on the final 10 minutes. If anyone has any recommendations, or rather requests for something to try stable diffusing into existence. Oh! The images in question, Kefki, are already in AI Overload postcards on the Discord server if you want to get right to it. Or I can DM to you, but it is the same pair of images either way. By the way, thank you again for the lovely avatar that I would immediately use on Discord if I had Nitro, which I might get one day, and when I do, there, I will switch right to it. It's a very nice piece. Very mischievous.
Yes.
I like the excessive use of green. It's not excessive, it's faulty use of green. There's no such thing as excessive green. Okay, there is, but you have to be trying. Hello! We finally have a rat-headed man, although I have to say it's looking a bit more like a mongoose or a ferret, which is pretty nice.
UV unwrap.
Okay, this one's looking promising. Okay, here's a man with an incredibly deformed rat on his shoulder. And here we have a man.
Attack.
Well, this is the closest to what I wanted. Best result so far. You know what? Let's send it to image and see if we can't refine it.
What is going on with that there? Or that there?
I don't know why I'm doing this, by the way. I have no real need of an image of a man with a rat for a head. But, no regrets. Oh, a high resolution. I completely forgot to put in photograph. That would have been an important touch. For photorealism's sake. I have to say, this model, Pure Evolution V3, does a really good job with hand anatomy for the most part. And it's a little bit squiffy here, but results are rather quality.
So then divide by 2. It's going to be in 2.
I could generate a lot of smoking rats here. If rat were present, I would do so. These are looking good, although I have to say the top left rat head man is looking kind of lamb-ish. That's no good. These will be better still when I go to a high resolution.
Okay, so
Sitting on desk. Smoking. There we go.
2.
Should it be a cigar or a cigarette? Or smoking rat? What do you think, Fromun?
A pipe.
Smoking a pipe. Let's see what we can get. But first, we'll see these. Pretty good. Better. Also fairly quality. Yeah, these are going into Overlord postcards as well. When we're done here. Which we almost are. Only 5 minutes remaining. Right. In these final 5 minutes, just a quick note. Tomorrow, Monday, I'm doing nothing at all. I'm making a point of not doing anything at all. So if you don't see me, that's because I'm somewhere else doing nothing. Tuesday, I will probably be about, especially if there's a side quest. Wednesday, I don't know if I'm doing anything, but it's a possibility. Thursday will be the SCP review on YouTube. Friday is SRS business, as it's presumably usual. That's on Rumble. If you haven't seen me there yet, please do give it a try. I think you'll be pleased with it overall. And the Arkery also on Rumble henceforth. Why? Because, well, YouTube was not allowing streaming one time when I wanted to, so I feel like kind of forced me in that direction. Hey, hold on.
What?
The stupid AI is taking the rat head off in favor of smoking. I've given it too much leeway.
Well, you can...
It's also not a high-resolution photograph anymore. Or still. It's supposed to become that. Damn it. Only one of these rats, well, one of these smokers has a rat head. And really enough, most of them are just emitting smoke from the top of their head, which is hilarious and wrong.
That there looks better. Now I can bake. So let's head over to the cycles. Yeah, that looks better.
That is a high-quality sci-fi shipping crate asset.
Bake it. Wait, no, wait. I have not. Did that do it? Did, but not what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's just do a bake of this. Make sure there's no funny business.
Well, this rat is smoking, just not a pipe, and it's almost but not quite worthwhile. Apparently, this guy is smoking... That's definitely not a pipe. And I dare say he looks like he's high. Did we inadvertently create an image of Carl Jung? Well, in any case.
Maybe.
I'm thinking it's a possibility.
So then shipping crate, I need that there. I need to go over here to that, go to shading, add in an image texture.
Maybe I'll increase the CFG scale.
Let's go 2048 by 2048. And let that being alpha. So then that there, go to slot 2. That there, go to slot 3. There. Slot 2, make sure that that's all selected. Okay. Then we bake this. I'm just baking, don't mind me. Texture is baking. There we go. Oh, but I bet. Don't want that rendered. But we do want point not to be rendered either.
There's some quality redheads here, but no quality pipes being smoked. Once again, this guy appears to be smoking a very long cigar. That's better than many results. He's also apparently holding a cigar pen that is gently smoking. Becomes the hem. That's just weird. Here we have another rat-headed man who is just arbitrarily emitting smoke from the top of his head. That's not going to do. Smoke is being emitted here. Apparently there's a... And that's even more wrong. Let's try this again. And then we'll wrap it up, because we are in overtime now. If you saw any images you like, please let me know, and I'll make a point of making them accessible. And postcards from the AI Overlord.
Oh, come on. This thing likes to be difficult.
I need to take some images of Dr. Raptor and try running it through this to get even more precisely correct. And I had not begun to tap even a meaningful fraction of potential in this. I could be putting pictures of myself in here and placing myself in plausible images in all sorts of situations that I'm never in actuality.
Like being happy.
You shut up.
You shut up!
You.
Ah, come on.
Anything you were wanting to announce, otherwise inform the people of?
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
You should provide the link for that. Meanwhile, any creators in chat, if you're looking to advertise to anyone else in the chat, now's a good time. Wow. Okay, CFG is too high. And the result has been some of the worst stuff yet. That's a sad point to end on, but it is what it is. Off we go! Until next time, so long as progress continues, success is inevitable ostensibly. Anything?
No.
Fine then. Bye!
Bye! Good luck with your crippling addiction.